おは、いらっしゃい。お久しぶり。その名前は何と呼べばいいんだ？ ATK
お久やで。
あ、久しい。
えのきでいいわ、わら。
オッケー。
こんちや。
お、ケイさんこんちゃ、おはよう。いらっしゃい。これコピーして、ちょっと待ってね。サムネと概要欄を変えよう。その間、
参加したいんだけどこの後バイトなんだわ。配信
かわいい
なんば。
バウンサーしてくれ。ちょっと待ってね。
僕も用事あってできない。
参加したいんだけど、これだとバイトなんだわ。あ、オッケー、配信頑張る。バイト頑張って。いってらっしゃい。K さんも用事、了解。残念。
ちょっとだけ見るよ。
お、ありがたい、K さん。ぜひ見てって。
いってきまー。
はい、いってらっしゃい。ファイト。これ。で、貼り付けて。てん。OK。サムネと概要欄 OK。これしようか。かわいい、この妹。500円か。よいしょ。ちょっとツイートするから、しばらくバウンサー見てて。
最近動けるエモート多いよね。
トラバーサルめっちゃ多い。ここぞとばかりに運営が味しめて出してきた。かわいい。 今日のショップはパンサーと新スキンと、
なんかこういうのあったよね。
マリス。こういうのあった？リアルで配信。
ちっちゃい頃遊んでた気がす。
なんかわかるかもしれない。よし。ピコピコハンマーだ。いいね。敵を倒す。
ピコピコ高いよね。
ピコピコハンマー高い。1500円よ。みんな持ってるんだよね、ピコピコハンマー。これクリエイティブ。ちょっと見たい。1分見よう。はい。死んだ。
グラウンドゲーム？
これか。グラウンドゲームはね、建築とかが制限されたものかな。おー。
見てみたい。
お、やってる。
these games where these players tend to go full send to just get as many points on the board as they possibly can. Now, these guys know they're able to update the scoreboards every so often and the leaderboards, so they know approximately where they're sitting. So going into these games, Bala, as somebody who plays quite a bit, as somebody who's observed a lot, what do you do if you're kind of a few spots out of the top of the leaderboards? What is your game plan?
I'm just trying to play it my best, and I'm trying to maximize every single game that I have. It depends on how much time, though. We talk about the style of games as it comes down to the queues, but regardless, I mean, you can also see while you're sitting in that queue, you can go into the compete tab, or if you're not even playing, you can go into that compete tab and check out where these players are on the leaderboards. You can get those updates.
Nice.
But right now,
OK、グラウンドゲーム行こう。どうしよう、埋めない。
午後までやってるんだったら参加できるかも。
ここまで、どうだろうな。微妙なライン。お昼頃に配信を閉じちゃうかもしれない。もし午後までやってたら参加してって。そこ今ワールドカップか。今ナウなのか。早っ、マッチング。グランドゲームでは正確な標準と建築素材の使いどころ。
ライブ見れるんだね。
戦術的に建築しよう。弾は無駄にするな。はは。ね、ワールドカップのライブ、ゲーム内から見れるね。普通にみんな見てて、うまいから楽しいもんね。ワールドカップとか いしょ。さあ、ソロディオでござる。壊された。あ、そっか。あんま開けたとこ行かない方がいいのかな。よ。ナイスキル。少な。待って。鉄20しかないの。マジか。
資材20個なんだ。
木が30。これレンガはやばいな。グラウンドゲーム言うて初めてなんだよね。あ、怖い怖い。やめてやめて。誰？プラットフォームか。でもちょっとルートレイクは失敗だったかもしれない。あ、いる。あ、知る。ダメ。やばい。木が欲しい。お、危ね。ラストダウン。ナイスキル。いや、ポーション大事。
そういえば、フォートナイト冬にあった4日間のなんたらみたいのがまた来るらしいね。
ああ。そうなの、新しい また帰ってくるの？走りは全然ない。コンバットじゃないこれ。いやー、上限変わらないのか。
14日だって。
7月の14日？あ、あれか、14日の冬のやつか。
リークとかで見た。
楽しみだな、それ。あ、ちょっとここら辺、遮蔽物がない。これ早いグラウンドゲーム。フォートナイト唯一の建築要素がないっていうね。
直差しでやろっかな。
直差しだよ、ばっちゃん。直差しとはなんだろうな。直差し仲間でやる？あ、最高。
配信してみたらカツカツでゲームにならなかった。涙。
マジか。泣くなそれ。さられてる。あ、これダスティなかなかいってー。危ねえ。危ねえ。危ねえ。あ、爆弾が敵に見えた。危な。あ、怖っ。うわ、焦ったー。
ナイス。
ナイス。危ねえ。74なんだけど。危ない危ない、本当に。木は木ないんかい。のこうま。 スラープ欲しいな。チラチラチラ。あ、ドラムガン強いんじゃないこのモード。ちょっとフリントノック捨てよう。あ、まだキノコいっぱいある。アンチー。あ、キノコもう一個欲しかった。
じゃあそろそろ落ちます。
オッケー、ケイスさん了解。いってらっしゃいかな。お疲れ様。また午後もしてたらぜひぜひ。あ、怖っ。いやー、スナイパー怖いな。いやー、スナイパーはこの上にいるのかな。このモードアサルトが強いかな、やっぱり。いいダメージ。わーい。かわいかったさん。怖っ。エイム。いい判断じゃない？あと10人。怖い。よければ職員さんね、参加してってくださいね。レンガない。オッケーオッケー。よし。あと7人よ。いるね、あれ。ただ、周りにもいたら、血が触れたから。 強っ。うわー、マジかー。しかもブッシュ剥がれないんかい。8キル。やってもうた。お暇だからワールドカップ見よっかな。9万2000。待て。ボス来たんかい。ボスあるんかい。ボスまで行こう。え、急に難しい。きつ。あ、見よう。プッシュ来てるよ。必要だよね、これ。あ、ホラーピークにいる。いや、ちゃうな。 ほらボロボロなんだけど。あ、撃たれてる。よいしょ。お、資材マックスだ。うんうん。なんだよ。強アイテム。あ、味方か。積極的に取る。 うわ、めっちゃいる。よいしょ。近っ。うまっ。早っ。おお。あー痛い。うわ。 飛んだー。うわ、アンチ完璧じゃん。エイムよ。そんな当たる？あっちか。頼まれかアンチが外れちゃう。うわ、あんま崩された。あー痛い。うわ、連携取れすぎじゃない？落ちたー。痛い。壁ジャンプしてる。うわ、おお、焦った。やばい。うまっ。マジで？これは痛い。うまい。うわ、いったー。なに。 うまっ。今当てる。うわすごい。あ、いったー。あと6人。うまい。お、マジだ。あと一人。マジ？マジか。ヒクロイしたんだ。すごっ。
Thank you so much, everyone here in the Forum in LA. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Creative Showdown. How you feeling today? So much has happened in the world of Fortnite, and we are here about to call probably one of the craziest things you're ever going to see. It's a world premiere game mode and map.
I know that it's going to be a King of the Hill mode.
Forum, make some noise! That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. The first match. Jordan Fisher, he's in the loser route. They're going to win the game. This is it. And they pick it up. They have to protect him here, and this is now we're going to start to earn a lot of points. They're climbing that leaderboard, Lupo. They're in the shadows, unseen, and they will have the Ravens' revenge. GG. 2 minutes left on the clock. The Chicken Champions, surely this is going to be a win for them. No! It's 1 point remaining, and the Little Whip Warriors might be able to come back into this with enough time. But there he goes. He jumps right back in, and that is going to do it. GG. Game 3 goes to the Chicken Champions.
Every single person to keep in mind, there's a ton of stuff going on here, not just Fortnite. It's just a good time all around, man. Look at him, just dancing it out, sitting inside the control point, 6 minutes remaining, but it's not even gonna matter. That's a victory royale. Game 4 goes to the Fish Fan.
Could the Llama Record Company be our first back-to-back champion, or will it be the Fish Fam actually being back-to-back in this instance?
He has it. You see the top middle of the D.
He does it!
He got it!
Oh,
last second! The victory royale!
He's still in it. He's standing strong, and he wins out on the battle. 990, and he's continuing to gain. He's got to get to that wall, and that's going to do it. We want to know who won? We want to know who won?
The Llama Record Company.
Oh my gosh, congratulations!
Give it up one more time for the Llama Record Company!
すごい。
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys on the battle bus.
Heyo Fortnite fam, Sundown here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Flint-Knock pistol and its impact on competitive play.
The Flint-Knock pistol is a great addition. Sometimes it'll just change the course of a fight.
The things you can do is insane. You can get height with it. It shoots pretty far. You can almost use it as an AR at the beginning game just to get one shot. It'll hit for like 80, 90 in the body.
And this is looking really good for Horrify, but the Flint-Knock is going to get the high ground. Nikiva, such a smart play.
The Flint-Knock is a common and uncommon weapon that uses heavy ammunition. It does 86 or 90 damage depending on rarity, and it has a 2 times headshot multiplier. This means that outside of a sniper rifle, it has the highest single-shot damage potential in the game. However, the flintlock only allows for one shot at a time, has pretty decent damage fall-off, and also takes 3 seconds to reload. In addition to all of this, the flintlock also has a mobility component to it. When fired, it will impulse the shooter backwards, and if the bullet strikes a target, it will impulse the target away from the shooter. This can allow for some tricky plays to be made.
Player there, runs out in the storm, jump, turn, finds him, yeah!
We've seen a decent amount of use out of the flintlock during the Fortnite World Cup online open qualifiers. So let's hear from some of the qualified players to get their opinion on its addition to the game.
If I'm low on HP and I have to choose one weapon, it will be this one. You can actually like kill someone from 200 HP to 0 without taking any shots.
And it's also really good for competitive play because if you're high ground or if you want to get away from a situation, the flintlock, when you use it, it knocks you some distance so you can get away or you can get high ground over someone. I think it just adds a lot of like different plays you can make with it. I think it's good.
I personally really like the flintlock. I think it's a really good weapon. I think it's a really strong weapon in the right hands. You need to know how to use it and you need to base your whole game around it if you want to use it right.
It's just the kind of weapon we need more.
I definitely think it's one of the better things that have been added skill-wise. I like that it's so versatile. I really like it competitive. Definitely deserves a spot here.
Thanks for watching, and hopefully you saw how the flintlock can be utilized in the right hands. What is the best flintlock play you've done or seen? Share it with us using the hashtag Fortnite World Cup, and we'll be seeing you guys on the battle bus, or maybe flintlocking through the air. The final duo spot will come out of NA West, and who will be able to put their name in among the best of the best out of the West. A lot of momentum is going to be with WBG's Rux and Pika, who have now both qualified for solos, and Pika had another outstanding performance in Week 9. Finally, make sure to keep your eyes peeled on FlyQuest Edgy and Liquid Scented, as they both have been absurdly close in so many circumstances. They will be gunning for the final spot and a chance to be on that stage in New York City. Who will be the last best of the West and the final duo pairing to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup final? Let's find out.
Welcome back to the final week of the Fortnite World Cup Online Open. We're getting ready to hop into our final region and find out who will claim that last spot in NA West. I'm Bala TW, and I'm going to be bringing you guys and driving you guys back into the action, starting with the schedule. So let's catch up on what we saw and where we're going right now. We're going towards NA West. We already had Oceania, Asia wrap up this morning earlier on. Then we moved into Europe. We caught the tail end of that. We then hopped into a couple of Brazil games, but then moved into NA East. We just saw the epic conclusion of that, where Vinny and Zexro and a number of other people have qualified through. And then finally, we're ending here with NA West, the final region for the Fortnite World Cup Online Open. How are these guys earning their points? Well, they are playing over the course of 3 hours, which we just saw, and trying to play a total of 10 matches. And in those matches, they are earning points by both getting placements and eliminations. Each elimination is going to be worth 1 point, but there's a total of 10 placement points up for grabs. The first threshold being that top 15, that's going to earn you 3 points. The next threshold is top 10 for a total of 5 points, and the next threshold is top 5 for a total of 7. And then, of course, the Victory Royale will earn you 3 more points for a total of 10. Now, what are these guys all playing for? Well, not only the spots, but their share of $2 million spread across all the region. Of course, NA West competing for a portion of that, but they are getting, this prize is going to all the players split throughout the region. And of course, the qualifying spots. We have one more qualifying spot. That's it. NA West. We've already seen Europe, their 4. NA East, we've seen their 3. Brazil, Asia, Oceania, we've seen each of their 1, but we've got 1 more to go, and that's NA West. But before we do that, we did just wrap up NA East in those 3 qualifying spots. So we're gonna go ahead and hop in. We actually get the chance to talk to one of those qualifying duos. It's Macwood and Young Calculator, and I'm joined by Shio to do this. What's up, guys? Congratulations, you're going to New York City.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't be more happier for you guys. I've been following you all the way through. Macwood, you've had quite an impressive, growth throughout the entire thing. I just got to ask, it's the first thing we always ask, what is your reaction to qualifying? What was the first thing you guys did? Macwood, I'll start with you.
I mean, I called my mom and my dad. They were both on the verge of crying. I mean, it's incredible. It's like we are the 2, some of the most consistent players that haven't qualified for the Fortnite World Cup, and we've been doing it for 5 days. So I hit up Calc and I was like, hey, let's give it a shot. And for the last week, and we did it. So I'm just so thankful.
Calc, I mean, he just said it, 5 days. This has got to be like, not only, I mean, it can't be a surprise. You guys know how good you are, clearly. But 5 days of practice with your duo. What happened after you qualified? What was going through your head?
I was very excited, and my mom didn't believe me. I called her and she said I'm lying. So.
Well, there
on
you
live stream too.
All right, Calc, Mac, come on, we know each other. Like, are you hyped or are you hyped, man? Like, we were talking for weeks.
There you go.
Every week, back to back.
I am hyped.
We've gone through like highs and lows. You guys have qualled, not qualled, man. Like, in the moment, that last game, what's going through your mind? Like that very last game, boys. Like, seriously.
I mean, we queued at the perfect time. We got a decent, pretty easy lobby. We queued on one of the hot drop games, and we got to Pleasant. We actually got it unlooted, and we decided that, hey, if we don't get kills here, we are not going to qualify, because we knew we were aiming for 90 points and we got just 89, but we had those 4 wins. So I was like, in those end games, we were on high ground and we were like, hey man, we got to slay out. Like, we have to. Like, it's now or never. And then I don't know. It's just I wasn't really nervous, but I mean, it was kind of going through my head.
I was nervous at the beginning, but then as we kept going through, I stopped getting less and less nervous.
Now, Calc, you've had, like, not a rocky relationship, but you've had a very unique relationship with that Fortnite community. Do you think that there's a new level of respect for that young Calc, word out there on the streets? Like, how do you feel right now? Like, how ecstatic do you feel in terms of recognition?
I am so excited. I am so happy.
We don't need to boost his ego anymore. None of that.
Well, gentlemen, I think it is deserved slightly, a little bit of boost of that ego, because you are going to New York, so we're going to see you there. But I do want to give you guys one more chance to, shout anything out you want, and also your socials. Make sure you get those plugs in there. Calculator, we'll start with you.
Follow young_calc on Twitter.
That's it. Young_calc on Twitter. Macwood, what's up?
My Twitch is COL Macwood, and then my Twitter is @COL_Macwood.
Well, there you have it, guys. We will see you in New York, and as we always say, we'll have to grab a slice. But thank you so much, and congratulations. We'll see you there. We have NA West up on deck, guys. Thank you so much for that interview. But this is going to be the last spot up for Grabshy, and we're going to go ahead and take a sneak peek at the standings that are currently unfolding, because the action is underway. So here it is, and again, I mean, time and time again, it's always Arkham and Falconer on top, but then the rest of these guys are all fighting, because Arkham and Falconer have already qualified, and the rest of these guys as well. Landrock and Punisher, all of a sudden they're on West, but again, they've already qualified too, so the rest of these guys playing for that one spot.
What I find really interesting is Epic Whale is actually dealing with 40R Storm. Usually it's him and Sealmat, right? All there side by side. So everyone's switching up for week 10. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how things get down, break down. And I'm excited to get going.
I mean, that's the kind of staple duos of NA West right now are both splitting up at the same time. Epic Whale normally playing with Sealmat. Here at 40R Storm, they both actually qualified in solos. So this switch could be an opportunity to triple qualify. I mean, in week 8, they have been playing out of their mind. It's crazy. We saw Aiden and Sean qualify, but the rest of these guys as well, Kayun and Takata, had such an amazing run throughout the rest of the weeks. But I mean, I think we want to get in the action, because we just kicked up the dust. I want to see who's standing when it all is said and done, when that dust is settled. So we are going to have Shio joining the cast, and of course, Pookie on the other side. Guys, the stakes are set, and the floor is yours.
Awesome.
Stakes are set, Bala. We are about to hop in to our first set of NA West games. Shai, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good, pretty hyped. It's been a fun time. I'm excited to see how the West Brawl goes down. Excited to cast with you as well. So we can get right to it. Games are ready. I'm excited to hop in. Let's jump on that battle bus.
Let's go.
Awesome.
Now, hilariously enough, Shai and I were talking a little bit earlier in our little caster room that, you know, Zeke likes to just, you know, hog for himself, take up all the space on the couch. But we were talking and we realized that we actually live within 10 minutes of each other.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's a small world and a fun world as well. So, you know, content coming out on the
Content is going to be created. We can tell you that much. But here we are taking a look at some content here coming out of Jacob and his partner, Dizzle. They are on the edge of shifty shafts here, holding very good high ground, using that advantage to rain down shots on their opponents.
Absolutely. Look at their classic loadout as well. Looks like it's a nice heavy sniper scar combat in there. Not many new items up in the mix. We've got the classic minis. Looks like they might have not found any chug splashes for them, as I think that's really strong. One thing to point out as well is 6 elims on Dizzle and then 4 on Jacob. That's 10 total at the moment, and we're just getting into that 5th zone closing. About 2 hours left on NA West. It's going to be very exciting to see who qualifies with that one spot for this region.
Yeah, and there we see Jacob taking a perfect shot with a heavy sniper there, taking out Sinnoh like it's nobody's business. Now, he is going to have to be careful here. He is taking a little bit of time to peek, but it doesn't matter. He did pick up that elimination there.
That's an international snipe, as Sinnoh's usually playing on those Asian servers, switching over to West just to get a better chance of popping off, as the region is a lot more aggressive and consistent at most times. Aim backup goes down. Could not find that hard drive to pick up the aim or game sense in that situation. A big bop coming in. Dizzle catching his builds open, going for that finish. Smart plays. Is it possible? White health getting hit on the storm line. Backup finally goes down. Dizzle picks up that elimination.
And nobody punishing these guys right now, Shai. They're on ultimate high ground, just standing out in the open, just exposing themselves, raining down shots, and nobody is wanting to really punish them for these actions right now. You can see Dizzle taking a ton of time to peek. It is kind of a rough angle, but there are so many players across the river over there that would have the freest of shots on them right now, but it doesn't matter. Dizzle comes out with another heavy snipe. Dizzle and Jacob just going to town with these heavy snipe shots.
Absolute marksman here. He hasn't actually missed, I don't think, the last 3 shots, all intended to go exactly on target. That elimination getting picked up. He's not going to be in the air. 13 total elims for these guys across the board, and they find high ground to connect to as well, giving them the next best position for the next zone moving in. The 6th zone being one of those zones where if you have control and you retain control with a little bit of space, you can just run away with the whole game.
And Dizzle recognizing that and playing that perfectly, trading just 10 health and utilizing his builds to reinforce the high ground there. Does get dropped down a little, but is going to still be an ultimate high ground. Jacob, his partner, is just below him, a few tiles down, but is using a shadow bomb to make sure he gets up beside Dizzle, make sure they are together. They do still have that rift to go, so staying together right now is key. Just like that, using the rift to go to get out of a sticky situation. You love to see it.
Absolutely. One thing we do notice about West, which is kind of different from East, EU, OCE, and BR even, is that this current moment is a lot of people will stick to the storm and actually take damage to push for that elimination. As we all know, it's one spot. You can play your best, but sometimes you have to play above your best potential as well, which is what Dizzle's trying to do, hovering out, seeing if he can kind of expose any possible angles near the backside of the storm, getting into someone's box. Dizzle really low, finally going down, taking out one of the meta boys. He's going to see if his duel can clutch it out now. Jacob, where are you at?
Yeah, Jacob is absolutely on the other side right now. I don't even think he's going to have the opportunity to get Dizzle up. He does make his way over to him, but it is unfortunately going to be too late. Jacob is going to have to say, Dizzle, you're going to get left out in the storm, literally. Here we have Rizzo here, and Brogster just taking out Bluey with the combat shotgun. We see this time and time again. These guns are so strong. The way that they are utilized by these players in both close combat as well as range when they are picking out kills from the sky. We have Brogster here looking for more targets, using the edits, staying close to his partner, who's also raining down shots. Shai, there's so much going on, the chaos.
It's insane. Brogster has that classic loadout as well, a gray AR and a combat with shields. Pookie, what do you think the type of pressure these guys feel when this is all they have, no backup, no riffs?
It's so difficult, you know. You have to be very aware of your surroundings. You need to know where every player around you is, because like we just see right here, if you have to waterfall down and get out, you need to know that there's nobody below you that's going to try and shoot you out or you know, possibly inflict any amounts of damage on you. But Fisco up at the top here, backup, his partner has actually been eliminated, so it is up to him. They have 3 eliminations, 20 points between the two of them. Fisco looking to make a couple of plays here, and he does. Ricori goes down, is going to get taken out by the storm. Unfortunately, gets eliminated there. Fisco saying, you know what, I'm going to net myself one more Pookie. You don't know what you're talking about. I had 2, now I have 3.
One big thing about this game, too, is backup was actually Fisco's duo who got heavy sniped by Jacob and his partner, and now the roles are reversed. Now they have high ground Pookie, which is insane. You can see the patience coming through, the use of mobility at the right times. Jacob nowhere to be seen anymore as Fisco runs away with the game. We now have a big action moment happening. Junkman Cutie gets Alec down. He gets cleaned up. Claps is coming up. He's still alive, actually. Finishes off on Alec. Claps gets bopped down by Boop. Big Boops coming out. Fisco still on high ground. It's a 1v1 now. Boop 8D versus Fisco. Fisco with the health advantage. Boop going to be looking to tarp low ground and protect himself as much as possible. Fisco does have that med kit as well to use. He does have advantage. Going to start popping it now to stay a little bit stealthy in zone. Boop now moving up, seeing if he can capitalize or kind of get over that. Fisco set him up. It was a setup the whole time. He baited him out. Wanted him to come out and see what's up. The L dance follows up as well. Really nice last-second judgment call from Fisco there. He could have got that med kit off, but decided to just straight up jump out, go for that shot. That was sick.
Boop got booped.
Boop got booped. Absolutely.
He did. But look at these builds. Absolutely wild. Whenever you see different points of elevation there on the map, you know these players are all going to be utilizing their materials to their fullest to make sure their rotations are strong. But here we are in the next match. We have Nolan here. We have Vibes on 60 hertz. Somebody get this man a 144 monitor. Come on.
Hey, sometimes these guys could be fronting, you know, you see that name in the feed, you might get a little bit of confidence, you might over peak, and then they come straight out with their actual hertz and bop you up.
Oh, I like it. The puns. Is that a Canadian thing? Are puns a Canadian thing? Do you love puns too?
I love puns too.
You know, I'm infamous.
Hey,
for my
really?
Pookie
Okay.
puns, right?
Pookie puns.
You know
Let's
that?
see if we can make
I feel like we need to try really hard right now. I know production loves when I make all puns.
I love the puns. I love the puns. But these guys also love results. Still one spot left for all of them. Spraying on metal might not be too effective. He does have the stinks here. Pookie, how would you think Vibes should use these stinks going forward into this game? What's the drawbacks of using them before and then after, later and earlier?
I mean, he knows that he has the down over there, but it doesn't matter. He ended up taking out Bucky anyway. The thing with stinks is you need to really be sure of when you're using them. You know, I know we've talked a little bit about this in the past, but the smaller the zone gets, the more effective they essentially become and the more damage they can inflict on your opponents, depending on where they are on the map. So if you're able to hold on to them and get eliminations in other ways, look at this. Going into this next zone, we have 39 players remaining. That's a lot of damage you can inflict with those stink bombs. So if you're able to really just utilize them closer to like the 7th, 8th, even 9th zone, you know, they're just going to be more and more powerful.
Exactly. You talk about other ways as well. Johnny making sure that he has his own box and lair set up, and then him and his duo, kind of unorthodox. I haven't really seen it too much before. Fire 2 layers up and pick up both parts of the duo that they ended up eliminating. A lot of stuff available for them as well to switch over to combat upgrades, drum guns for the end of the game, because as you said, the zone closes up. These close range guns, that's what pops off over and over again. They have the option of smokes as well. There's a rift being able to be taken by Johnny as well. We'll see if he can capitalize on that in this box, or just making sure everything is taken up, everything's being tallied, turrets being dropped and traded. There is a rift going on now as the zone just starts moving. There are 22 duels left alive, so placement is not up yet. You know, West is still pretty fat stacked. We'll see what these guys can get up to as the rift pops up.
Yeah, and you can see what he did there. He actually popped the rift and then picked up the shadow bombs there. So making sure that he isn't leaving a spot open in his inventory, fully utilizing all of the mobility he has. But look at all of these players here up in the sky. I think I counted over 10 of them are up there, just, you know, soaring through the sunset.
Yeah, another rift pops as well. Really good view on the sunset. Some people more sunnier than others. We'll see if they don't get lost in those clouds as there are so many people landing. This is where if you're in the middle of the pack, it's very, very hard to get your own definitive layer. So that's what everyone's going to be trying to do. These rings might also get in the way, these slipstream rings that are kind of disabled at the moment because, you know, a little bit of randomness happens here and there. It gets a little bit jumbled up. But now Johnny taking control of that high ground, pressuring an individual in zone. Legend now gets knocked down, his ranking going all the way down to novice or rookie. No more legend status for you there, my friend. Johnny now moving out 3 elims. Dade is still alive as well. They have this insurance with the smoke, so they can wait all the way up on height, be very, very generous with how much time they spend here, and then pop off when the moment seems just right.
Yeah, and there's still 29 players alive, so this is probably one of the most populated lobbies we've seen all day. Johnny utilizing his traps, placing them down there, saying, you know what, this is my high ground. You are not going to take it, because if you do, you're going to get my high ground, but you're also going to have 150 damage inflicted.
Yeah, exactly. 17 duos now left alive as the 16 are now left. One of them goes down. This next elimination batch of elims coming out is going to make it so that the 15 points of placement goes across the rest of the lobby as well. Still a lot of insurance available. They have a launch pad as well to use as they start cleaning up the server, going up all the way to 8 elims, 13 duels left alive now. Outer gets outed. He's gone. No more indoor soccer for you, my friend. You just got kicked out of the lobby.
I think I met my match for a Podmaster, quite honestly. I'm quite enjoying this. Whoever put us together on the cast, kudos to you guys. This is great. Here we have Johnny again, just utilizing his assault rifle there to just try and put as much pressure. He has the ammo for it, so why not? Why not try to get knocked just like that? Takes out Bot. Turt, he goes down completely. We see him not being able to make it out of the zone, unfortunately. We have Typical Gamer on mid-ground. Look at these Bolt boys. They're still up top, just raining shots down. Shy.
Yeah, we talk about knowing when to give up height, Pookie. These guys do not care at the moment. They have the advantage. They have the tools just in case it gets knocked down. It does not matter to them. They're going to try to exploit as much as they can, see if they can get any more angles on elimination. When do you think is the proper time to drop down from height, Pookie?
I mean, it really depends. If you know where people are on the map, if you know how many people are on low ground, how many are mid, and if you have anybody above you, just recognizing, you know, if there's other players that are fighting it out, you know, just utilizing that split second. It's really a split second decision, so it's hard to say, you know, when the right time is, but I would say A, knowing where everybody is on the map, and B, recognizing if there are people in fights. And here we see Zen just get taken out by Typical Gamer, not playing very typical to me at all, showing us that, you know what, he belongs here, he belongs in these qualifiers. But we have Johnny and Dade up top, still just taking out Syllable. He falls down, Vibes goes down in mid-ground, and it looks to be now a 2v1v1, Shy.
Absolutely. We look at these guys finally getting to drop down near the end of the 9th circle. Johnny looking for any shots while Dade plays up for insurance. Typical Gamer in a very sandwichy spot, but there is no yummy, scrumptious, delicious dessert for him today as he gets knocked. Sizer also going down at the very end. Johnny dropping down, doing all the work, while his duo Dade gets up there and gives him the info to play it out.
I love that. I love when you see duos split like that. They recognized that it was going to be a 2v1. So what they did was, like you said, drop down. One plays the close quarter combat, applies pressure that way. The other one stays up top, raining down shots from above. You have 2 angles of pressure. And being that solo player, you know, your chances are not high that you're getting out of that alive.
Not at all. It's always a rough spot. We're speaking about rough spots and looking at them. FaZe Jarvis here, who is at the moment no shields, less HP than 100. Anything can kind of take him out. Just a head dink by an AK or anything that kind of touches him or breezes him is going to put him in a very more shambles position. Although, you know, when you're in these positions, your back's against the wall, that's where you start making these big desperate plays that players don't expect. A lot of loot available for them now. Tilt getting back up his shields all the way up to 24. He has a little bit of leeway now as well to play in with the zone. They have minis as well that Tilt takes. Jarvis kind of being left there stranded, but, you know, he's a good player. I know he can get it out. He can easily go out there, get some more elims, get his health topped off as well.
Yeah, it looks like Jarvis said, you know what, you take the minis, I'm just going to take this big shield here. Jarvis did pick up the RPG, but put back down, so it's going to be interesting to see if they choose to pick that up. They may not have the ammunition for it, but in that position, Shy, do you pick up the RPG and just have it in your inventory, say over, for example, 2 bandages? Or do you